and welcome. I'm Elsa Gillis here in Freedom Park. Whether you're new to Charlotte or you've lived here for 20 years, it's likely you haven't made it inside every bar, restaurant, and museum in the city. And that's why we're here, to survey the city for you, reporting back with fresh ideas for you to check out during your downtime. We've got a lot to show you today here on Your704, so let's get started.
No plane, no parachute, and no jump into free fall. Either way, it's a heart-stopping stunt that I tried. Ahead, we show you what it's really like to experience the power of flight. And a specialty coffee shop buried beneath a luxury skyrise is serving up more than just caffeine. It's pouring art you can drink by professionals with a true touch for the coffee craft. This is Your704.
I cannot believe I am about to do this, but I am here at iFly in Concord to learn all about the brand new indoor skydiving facility and go skydiving. So let's get suited up.
So this is just the free fall aspect of a skydive. So there's no jumping, you lean into the wind, there's no kind of pit in your stomach type feeling. You just lean into the wind and let it cradle you.
In fact, General Manager Katie McAllister says it's almost identical to the real thing. I sat down with her, full suit and all, before getting into the wind tunnel.
What does it feel like? It feels amazing. You know, when you're driving in a convertible and the wind is blowing your hair and you're just, you know, it feels like that.
Anything you recommend that people, I'm terrified right now, anything you recommend people think about or take into consideration when they get here and are about to do this?
Millions of people do it every year. It's great fun. Anywhere from 3 years old to my grandma, who happens to be 89. We accommodate everybody.
And it's safe?
It is very safe. There's nowhere for you to go.
So here's how it works. Make an appointment and fill out your waiver online. You show up, gear up, then your instructor and trainer, who is in the tunnel with you the whole time, breaks down everything you need to know. I'm not quite sure why I was so nervous, but I was. Luckily, I had this guy, Boo, to walk me through it all.
Okay.
It's like making a big jumbo X with your body. Okay, I want you to look forward. Now, together, you and I have to work as a team to get you floating. I will give you hand signals for legs. What's that?
Chin up.
And this?
Chin up.
That?
Chin up.
Keep going.
Chin up.
That is 4 ways. What is the most important thing about flying?
Having fun.
Yes! Right? Because all the other 3 things, we're always doing those. It goes without saying.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, give me a high five. We're gonna do this. Let me get my driver and we'll get in there.
Oh my gosh.
And there we went. Almost immediately, my nerves dissipated, and like I was told, the air cradles you, and it really is like floating. I took my first flight, then went again. This time, Boo strapped himself to my suit, and we went all over the tunnel. It was awesome. Also awesome, watching the pros. Boo says this is like their gym, where they can practice to better their skill set in the sky. All in all, this was by far one of the coolest experiences. You've got to try it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet.
This is so cool.
Thanks for flying with us, Elsa. Great job, natural flyer right here.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you are. You're coming back. Yes.
I am coming back though. Don't be shy to ask your instructor how to advance your flight skills. They may help you perform a trick or two while you're up in the air. After all, it is called the greatest sport off Earth. For many of us, coffee is a lifeline, but here at Queen City Grounds, you could say it's more of an art form or trade. This is a must-stop for coffee lovers. Let me take you inside.
When we started this, we wanted to have a small corner coffee shop, and it kind of steamrolled, and it turned into something much bigger.
Queen City Grounds has maintained that friendly neighborhood coffee shop feel. But owner Adam Hummel is right. It's so much more than that. I mean, have you been to a coffee shop that sprinkles a picture of Will Smith on top of your drink? I didn't think so.
So yeah, we want people to be comfortable, to have fun. It's not a stuffy place at all. And yeah, we just want you to keep coming back.
Have good coffee.
Have good coffee. Have good food.
Queen City Grounds is just about 1 year old. Adam's brother-in-law had been wanting to start a coffee shop, so that's what they did.
I just said, all right, well, let's do it. Let's see what happens. The first question that you have to ask is, well, where do we get our coffee from? And I had a friend that I grew up with named Paul Wagner. Turned out he was like this world rock star. In fact, Grammy nominated in 2019. Is just an incredible guitarist for a band from the Carolinas, actually. But I knew that he also was doing coffee roasting.
Talk about a man of many talents. Adam got Paul on board. One thing led to another, and Paul, his roaster and his roasting business moved right into the shop.
So he's your roaster?
He is our roaster.
He's your guy?
He is our guy. We don't get coffee from anywhere else.
So of course, we had to meet Paul.
I got into it really through my other career as a musician, just traveling the world and kind of discovering coffee as a way to pass the time, really.
Tell me how it works.
It's basically a pretty simple machine. We take green coffee, which is really the seed of a cherry. It's kind of like a little pebble. We load them into this hopper. It's kind of like cooking, we change the temp and we'll adjust the airflow when there's some smoke created from the roasting process to sort of suck all the smoke out. And then when it's ready, we dump them into the cooling tray. This kind of stirs them around and also sucks air through the beans to cool them down relatively quickly. All the potential of the coffee is in that green seed.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do when we roast it is basically not screw it up.
Adam says it's important that they know where the coffee comes from the farmer to the buyer to the roaster.
I've had people to tell me, that we have ruined their coffee habit because, they're used to going to, the grocery store and buying some off the wall bag of coffee. But when they come here, they can clearly taste the difference.
Besides the quality cup of joe, they serve food by salute, have coffee tastings every Wednesday afternoon, trivia on Friday nights, and paint and sip on Saturday nights. And the sky's the limit.
We want this to be a community place and let the people make it what it's eventually going to be.
Pay close attention to the menu when you stop in for a drink or snack at Queen City Grounds. Some of the item names on there will get you to stop and think before cracking a smile. Queen City Grounds is open 7 days a week. Venture into Charlotte's Dilworth neighborhood and you'll likely hear chatter about a small wine spot with a secret garden in the back. That spot is Dilworth Tasting Room, and it's run by a man who can't help but bring a sense of simplicity and expertise to wine all at once. So I sat down with him and asked him the ever-important question, how exactly do you drink a glass of wine?
To me, that's the most important thing. And I always say that in every empty wine bottle is a story, because by the time you get to the bottom of the bottle, there's always going to be an interesting story.
For Dilworth Tasting Room's Jaffer Kovic, you could say his story started back in college by chance.
Initially, I wanted to go for gaming, and that's what I was studying. And then a fraternity brother of mine said, hey, there's a class where you can get an easy A, and it's all women. I was like, oh, great. Oh, amazing, cool. And my initial intentions going in changed within the first 2 weeks.
That Intro to Wines class turned into a lifetime love, intense further study, and a career in food and wine. Fast forward a few years to Charlotte, where Kovic was looking for a spot to open up shop.
I got lost on the way to the airport. I went down Tremont Avenue and I saw this little red building. I'm like, my goodness, what is that? I asked my broker to send over the business plan to the owner, and we met, and from that point on, it was a great story.
It's a story that's over 2 years in and going strong, no doubt because of an owner who seriously knows his wine.
What is the proper way? Let's go over this.
Whatever you think.
Okay, like people are swishing and is that actually correct? How do you drink wine?
I just put it in the glass and drink it. We go with the more rounder, wider glass at the bottom. It adds more surface area to it, so when you're tasting, always give it a good spin. Smell. Some people will retro-nasal smell through their nose and their mouth, and then take a sip.
And he says it's okay to switch between red and white.
Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of people will think, oh, there's this whole mystique behind wine. Listen, it's just wine, it's grapes. Just put it in the glass and drink it.
His top advice, keep tasting different wines.
So we try to keep it fresh and fun. I taste every single day. When we replace anything by the glass, we go through about 100 different wines for each selection.
And no visit to Dilworth Tasting Room is complete without peeking at this gem of a patio.
When I saw the building, I peeked over the fence. I'm like, oh my God, look at that. Why is that empty? Why is it not leased?
That is a beautiful space,
Yeah.
but the combination that makes this really special.
It's really nice when you come out here in the summertime or fall and spring and you don't feel like you're in Charlotte.
It's like a secret garden
Completely
out of a
so.
fairy tale. Jaffer has wines you'll only find at Dilworth Tasting Room. Head inside for a drink and you'll likely come across Croatian wines, a nod to where Jaffer's family is from. And with plenty of other international blends to try, you'll always find something new on the menu.
With 360-degree views of the city, it's become one of the most photographed spots in Charlotte. But what about the food and drink? We're turning up the heat at Fahrenheit to find out what separates its menu from the rest. Next on Your704.
I'm standing at one of the OGs of Charlotte rooftops, Fahrenheit. It also happens to be one of the most beautiful, with killer views and some serious culinary skill. Let's take a look around.
Chef Rocco and I, we met working for Wolfgang Puck when we were both wee lads. He was 18 and I was 19 years
Wow.
old. We came together 5 years ago and he said he was going to open a restaurant in Charlotte and said, let's come together and put a restaurant on the rooftop.
And that's exactly what owner and chef Rocco Whalen and executive chef at Fahrenheit, David Feemster, did. And they haven't looked back.
Charlotte loves us.
How could you not?
Well, we have 8,800 square feet up here, 21 stories above Charlotte.
It's a view that never gets old, and as Charlotte grows like crazy, Chef Feemster and his team make sure their food and drinks do as well.
With Charlotte, the way it's growing and people are coming in from all over the country, it's a melting pot and people know their food now.
Feemster, with 25 years sushi experience, says while they keep their classics like the short rib, they're always looking for something different, fresh, and daring to change up the menu. During our visit, we got a taste of their newest menu items. First, Rocco's black truffle meatballs, his mom's recipe.
Really good. That's a good meatball.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's like hard to make a good meatball.
It is.
Their spicy yellowtail wonton tacos and this filet, which, don't worry, I taste tested for you.
Summer, chimichurri, again, cilantro, parsley, olive oil, salt and pepper.
It's really good.
Well, thank you.
It's like so crusty on the outside.
Thank you.
I've never been videoed eating this much food before. That was really good.
Thank you.
Oh, and did someone say cocktails? My favorite from the seasonal menu, the second sip, a gin-based drink with hibiscus syrup and lemon.
Ooh, that is very refreshing.
It's kind of like a punch.
You guys have always done everything on a high level, but it brings a little competition to the game when more and more people are upping their game.
It does. It keeps
Stay
you
at the top.
It keeps you on your toes. You need to change every day. You're only as good as your last dish.
And let me tell you, 5 years in, Fahrenheit is still killing it.
So how does it feel looking back at how far you guys have come? I mean, you met 18 and 19, that's crazy. And now you have this.
We've come a long way. When we first met, we weren't old enough to go out drinking. Not to say we didn't, but we weren't old enough to get into the bars. And we've come a long way. A lot of sweat, blood, and tears.
Next time you eat out at Fahrenheit, make sure to let your waiter or the chef know what you really think about the food. Chef Feemster told us when they test out new items, his team makes changes to the menu based off of your experience. A clear sign that says they want you back.
Beer brewed here just seems to be divine. The surprising taste I was met with when I told one of the owners I wasn't the biggest beer drinker. Next on Your704.
Call it divine intervention, call it good beer. Whichever you choose, you'll understand what we're talking about once you sip on a drink at Divine Barrel.
So this is the one I think you'll like.
Okay.
This is a red wine barrel-aged petite saison that we rested on blackberries.
Ooh, that's really good. Ooh, the
It's got a little bit of tartness to the blackberries, and otherwise it's
and that
fairly
taste at the end. It's almost like it's good.
good.
Not being the biggest beer drinker out there, it's hard for me to find one that I like. But Charlotte's a beer town, and when you walk into Divine Barrel Brewing like I did, how can you not try a few? I toured the Noda facility with owner Gavin Toth and got a feel for the passion he and his two partners have poured into it.
Do you ever get sick of beer?
No.
You'd never guess the brewery is just a year old, especially after glancing over the menu's long list of carefully crafted brews.
Beer is art, so we like to come up with lots of different recipes. We like to switch it up, and so the brewer can still have fun, and we get to try a lot of new different things and educate people on different styles of beer.
And you don't need to look far to see what sets Divine apart. In fact, all you need to do is peek inside a barrel or two, and you'll get the idea.
We have a separate barrel room where we age beers for maybe 3 months, maybe a year. We actually have beer in there that's been almost a year in barrels.
When you get a taste of Divine's barrel-aged beer, I can tell you,
They're very different.
and believe your bartender when they tell you one of their brews will make you feel like you're sitting next to a campfire, because it will.
Ooh, it's so smoky.
Yeah.
It totally smells like a campfire. You have to smell this.
So I sampled some and a few others, and then one or two more, and I've got to say, I was hooked.
This is beer?
That is beer.
I've never had beer that tastes like this before.
I wasn't kidding either. Chalk it up to the time in the barrel or the unusual recipes built into each drink, but the beer at Divine, well, it's divine.
Because beer is not my thing. Every time I go to they're always like, I'll try this one, you'll like it. And
Yeah.
I actually have never liked it. This is the first time I've ever liked a beer.
There you
I'm
go.
not just saying that. The next time you're at Divine Barrel, feel free to extend your hand to one of the owners. They encourage beer lovers to introduce themselves and, of course, make themselves at home any day of the week.
It's an old textile town that's grown into a city of its own. We're jumping in the car and heading to this neighboring town in search of a refreshing change of pace. The top 5 things we found to do in Belmont is next on Your704.
Day trips don't always have to mean you get in the car and drive for hours before you get to your destination. In Belmont's case, all it takes is 20 minutes and an attitude for exploring. A perfect reason why we chose the old textile town for our top 5 things to do feature. Take a look.
Starting with our number 5 thing to do in Belmont, a trip to the Muddy River Distillery. The rum distillery was the first of its kind in the state when it was built along the banks of the Catawba River, hence the name. Today, the owners welcome rum drinkers inside to see how the distillery operates. Tasting the product, of course, is a must. And when you do, the owners say you'll be sipping on the best rum you've ever had. A restaurant where Southern charm is defined makes it number 4 on our list. Some people will argue that Nellie's Southern Kitchen serves up the best Sunday brunch in Belmont, and it's hard to disagree. What sets Nellie's apart from the rest is its live music, a musical bonus that we have the father of the Jonas Brothers to thank for. Kevin Jonas Sr. opened the restaurant a few years ago in memory of his grandmother, Nellie, who lived in Belmont until she passed away. The next time you're there, we suggest settling in for a basket of biscuits and a show, and you won't want to leave. Moving on to number 3, a ride to the jailhouse in Belmont doesn't mean you're in trouble, but it could lead to a night of drinks, cigars, and good conversation. The cigar bar and lounge was built around the cells of the old Belmont jail. Dated pictures line the walls. And don't forget to look up. Jail stories from inmates of the past are written on the ceiling. Take a seat and soak in the history of the bar while sipping on whiskey, beer, or wine. There's nothing illegal about that. And if you're feeling brave, take the stairs down below the jail. That's where you'll find a cigar lounge with a speakeasy vibe. Our second top thing to do in Belmont may require some sunscreen. There's a little something for everyone at Riverside Marina, which is just a few miles east of downtown. Go as big as renting an entire pontoon boat for the day, or as small as taking a kayak out on the Catawba River for a few hours. Back on land, you can get warm by a fire pit, make a meal with friends at the outdoor kitchen, or play a round of frisbee golf. Riverside Marina will play host to quite a few parties this summer, including one for its official opening day on Memorial Day. To top the list, step inside Cherub's Cafe downtown. The cafe employs workers with special needs through the Holy Angels organization. Their mission is simple: teach people with disabilities life skills while helping customers better understand those disabilities. When you're done eating at Cherub's, look next door. The kindness overflows into the Cotton Candy Factory, a sweets shop with the same mission. Both spots may already hold a special place in your heart.
Do you like to eat the cotton candy, Taylor?
And that's why they're #1 on our list of top things to do in Belmont. Next time on Your 704, step foot inside this beautifully designed restaurant in Elizabeth and enter a different era. We're sitting down with the man behind the menu at the Crunkleton and telling you about the one thing you'll need to show at the door that will make you feel like you're part of an exclusive club. Next time on Your 704. And if you think you know which Charlotte spot we should profile next, let us know. Just shoot our team an email at staff@your704.com.
For now, we're headed back out to meet with the newest tastemakers, discover the latest hotspots and local favorites. We'll see you next time on Your 704.